I've always been a maker. I remember rushing out of the classroom in grade 1 at break to go and collect rubbish and sticks and leaves and things to make little creatures out of. It was the second year of my undergrad that I realized that I simply think better in 3 dimensions. And then it was the first year of my master's that I started welding. And that's when things really fell into place. In 2013, Standard Bank bought my first large-scale sculpture surface weight during my residency at Nairock Sculpture Park. That really changed things for me. Finally, I was able to show the world that I have big ideas waiting inside. It was born from a very personal desire to want to grapple with weight, and I did. I shifted around 14 tons of steel over the time that I made it. I deliberately pushed the surface out of the viewer's visual and physical reach to force them to instead then deal with the weight underneath the surface. Being a sculptor is nothing intellectual. It's how I talk, it's my language, my means of communicating with the world, my means of making a valid contribution to the world. I draw my inspiration from structures within and around me, whether that be psychological, organic, architectural, fractal, chaotic, mathematical, conceptual. Creating structures and systems of structures is the tool I use to orientate myself in this world. I find absolutely anything, whether it's obvious or not obvious, that has both a density and a looseness, very fascinating and inspiring. I dream of making larger, more challenging and more demanding structures. At some point, I'd love to be entirely overwhelmed by a structure that I make. I'd love my work to reach as broad an audience as possible, and I'd like to remind the rest of the world what we're doing on the African continent. My advice to young artists in South Africa is to remember that each artist's voice is unique, and that you need to remain integrous to the essence of your voice. Obviously, you're going to draw inspiration from others and from the seeming trends in the art world, but it's imperative that you do not lose sight of what makes you an individual. When I look back at the individuals who've previously won this award, I realize that so many of them have been impressionable upon me along my journey as an artist. And it's a great honor to be included in this. This is bigger than me, and it inspires me to move forward in great strength as a female sculptor. It drives me to want to meet the expectations and then hopefully become someone that others can also draw inspiration from. Winning this award is a great honor. Thank you to Standard Bank and the National Arts Festival for giving me this exciting and challenging platform to showcase my work. This is an exhilarating opportunity to push myself and show my work to the largest of audiences. Winning alongside other interesting individuals makes me feel a deep sense of creative connection, and that really inspires me to do my best. When I'm working on a problem, I don't think about beauty, but when I'm finished, if the solution isn't beautiful, then I know it's wrong. Beauty, whether it's physical or experiential, obvious or not obvious, is definitely a marker for when something is working or not. We're not always guided by rule books, but often by feelings and intuitions.